Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to the session of ICT in ELT. Today is the fourth session and the topic is about the effective learning teaching through ICT and the advantages or disadvantages in integrating technology. There are some points I'm going to highlight here. First, the effective learning and teaching, the advantages, and the challenges in using ICT in teaching and learning. Okay, so first thing that I'm going to talk is about the effective learning and teaching. So how to create effective learning and teaching in a classroom. We have to know the skills that the learners should possess in the 21st century. What are they? They must cover global awareness, financial, economics, business, literacy, entrepreneur literacy, health literacy, environment literacy, technology, and so on and so forth. So here we have to make sure that the students is going to have those skills for the future. The second is the learning and innovative skills. So we have to provide a very good materials, okay, to let them to be more creative and innovative in making a project or in thinking. And then we have to stimulate the way they think, how to overcome the problem, and then how to solve the problem, something like that. And also we can provide the lesson to let them to be a good communicator and collaborator. So using technology, using technology or not using technology here. So it's not about individual things that they're going to deal with, but then they have to work collaboratively with their peers, so they can share their idea, their thoughts, something like that with their partners. Next is the information media and technology skills involve information literacy, media literacy, and ICT literacy. Well, I believe that Z generations are not technology savvy anymore, but they're technology innate. So they are very familiar with the technology things, and then we as a teacher, we have to be smarter than them. We have to provide them with a very suitable technology to help them in building their skills for the future. The next is life and career skill consists of flexibility. Okay, we have to provide them for their career skill by build them to be more flexible, and they're able to adapt something easily. They are able to adapt the current issue or information. All right, at least there are 4 important principles that is essential to be implemented in the classroom, so the student will be more motivated in learning. The first is begin the planning process by clearly identifying the general goals. So we have to know the goals of the learning. What is the specific objectives of learning? If at the end of the course, students are able to write, let's say, descriptive text, so we have to provide them by giving them very creative, instructional activities. We have to give them a good materials, a good technology tools to support them, to help them in developing their writing skills. And we have to know exactly the assessment instrument. What is the best instrument to assess or to measure their skills in writing? Okay, and next, revise instruction in light of student performance. So here, sometimes teachers do not really pay attention to the student attitudes toward the instructional activities, but then we have to know actually whether students are motivated or unmotivated, excited or not, interested motivated, having the subject, or if the students are quite motivated, then the result will be good. So students' attitude toward the instructional activities is quite important to be highlighted in a classroom. Okay, the next is about the advantages of technology in a classroom. We know that a lot of advantages of technology in classroom, so I believe that you've got a lot of things to be shared as the advantages of technology nowadays. But here are some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 that I found from previous studies. The first thing that I'm going to highlight is about create more engaged environment. So here, if the students are provided a very good, what we call it, technology which is suitable for the student to learn, so they will be into the subject. They will enjoy the class. So technology here is only a tool, but then if we bring that to the classroom and then suitable with the skills that we are going to emphasize that in the classroom, so the class will be much way more fruitful. And the second is the students are incorporates different learning styles. So probably we can find a lot of students with different learning style, but then using the right or suitable technology, it can fit them to every student with different learning styles. Okay, we improve also the collaboration. So the collaboration is very important then when they have to work together in the group in the classroom, so they can share their thoughts, their ideas. They can be more open, in having a lot of information for their knowledge. Of course, we prepare children for the future because technology which can help students to build their confidence in writing and speaking and listening. It's really important to prepare them to be more skillful in the future. Okay, so it also can connect you as a teachers with your students. So it's not really difficult, to connect even for 24 hours with you and your students, or even you with your parents, with the student's parent. So if they're familiar with technology, so you can communicate not exactly directly with the parents, directly with them, but then you can communicate them with the system. So here they must be ready, to face challenging skills that they have to have in the future. So using the right technology is it's kind of lead them to be much way ready to face the real workplace. So then we also have challenges. What are the challenges of using ICT in teaching and learning? The first is about pace of change and cost. Not all schools actually can keep up with the rapid changing technology, right? So here, upgrading equipment is often costly, and school may not have the manpower to handle the equipment. The second is different social dynamic. Technology adds complexity to everything: support, teaching, learning, budget, and so on and so forth. So here, sometimes without face-to-face interaction in the classroom, the students will feel less seriously in taking the course. So it depends on the student itself. But then if we use technology a lot and we don't know the suitable technology tools to capture their skill, so it must be less effective, to use it in a classroom. Distraction here, many teachers believe that smartphones, tablets with internet connectivity and text messaging services can merely be a source of distraction for students as opposed to a learning tool. So, sometimes teachers just take it for granted. If the students are really into the technology, so just, they rely on technology without knowing that technology is only the tool, so it's not the thing that can help students, the only thing that helps students learning. So the important thing is the pedagogy itself. So it's not about the technology, but the technology here, the application, the software is only things that help students to learn better, but it's not the only one. If we don't know the pedagogy, so it's going to be useless. The next is lack of alignment between technology, curriculum, and instruction. Well, if we don't know the objective of the lesson, the materials, if we don't know the goals, the exact goal of the student learning, so then the teachers only, use technology in the classroom without, try to connect it with the right curriculum and their instruction in the classroom, which is not effective, or it will not help them in mastering the certain skills. And unequal access to technology. So here, as we know that if we rely on technology a lot, if the teachers use technology too often, we have also need to consider, because not all students are allowed to use technology at home, or not all students are easily to get access technology. So here we need to consider about it. Alright, I can say that technology is a powerful tool that positively impacts learning. By showing students how to use it effectively, teachers can negate the handful of negative association to create a safe and effective learning environment. So I'm going to highlight here, as we know that technology is only a tool, is only the instrument to help the student learning. The important thing for the teacher is the pedagogy skill. So if the teachers master the pedagogy of learning, so technology will be much more effective to be applied in a classroom. Okay, I think that's all for today's session. Thank you very much for your attention. I'll see you again. Bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.